What up, what up? We are back. So, yesterday, Thursday, it's actually Friday today, we had decided to go ahead and take an off day. And I mean off day in every regard. I still did a little bit of work, but like I took just a deload day. My sleep patterns have just been really, really screwed up. And they're nothing but my fault. I've got to get a good like sleeping routine kind of down. And what I mean by that is like, one, like when I go to bed, I need to plug my phone up across the room. I still need it for my alarm. But that being said, I get into these scrolling habits, man. I've just been getting into that recently. And next thing I know, I'll go to bed at like, and second part, need to make sure I'm in bed by like 10 o'clock. Because I have a bad habit of that as well. And, I think it's really those two things combined, are leading me to like go to bed at like 12:30, 1:30. Last night was like 1:30. I get up at 6:30. And so, goodness. That, along with like all the training I do, because I just do, when I'm working on my phone, I typically am trying to like get steps in on the treadmill. So I'm getting my fucking steps in for sure. But that being said, it burns me up. That's how you hit burnout right there. And when you're trying to like make content, for example, yesterday I was supposed to make like content. It's really hard to make anything good, so sometimes I gotta like actually deload. So yesterday I finally like actually sat my ass down and made sure I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. Now, this week was the week we were supposed to be getting back into jiu-jitsu. But I just saw on their Facebook page, tomorrow they are supposed to be doing like a ladies only class. So I've been booted out for that class. But so we'll get that going the next week. Try and get that back into the routine, because I really, really would like that. It's like my big thing. And if I might need to have to start seeing, I think they do have like a Friday night class. I might be able to swing that. But I've got a lot going on. We always got a lot going on. That's my own fault. But anyways, we got chest and triceps today, so it's gonna be a fun workout. And it also gave me a chance to recover from this freaking it's been a full week since I kicked my freaking hand, and it still hurts, man. It's that joint. Like it's a sore kind of hurt. Like I feel like it's fine, but it still hurts, and it's like I can't get a full like close on my fist. I can still hit the bag, which I'm gonna hit the bag today, but I need to pay attention to that. I haven't done that in a very long time. I think I've already explained this enough. It's been a few days. We were supposed to record yesterday. I didn't. I'm kind of glad I did do that, even as frustrating as it is to kind of have that setback. I feel like I reset my mind, like I have to do that sometimes. It's beneficial. I've just got to, it's because I try and stuff so many things in one day. I gotta be careful about that. I end up getting too narrow thinking, and I don't see the big picture in front of me. And when I do things like this, I can kind of go, oh yeah, I forgot. So anyways, as far as chest and triceps today, dips are definitely going to be on the agenda. We might even do those first. I don't know. We will have to see. I don't know if I want to do dips. There's a dip machine, but that's the machine that really gets my... I don't know if it's doing my shoulder good in a stretching way, because it's limited. You know what I mean? I'm not really doing dips for strength. I'm doing dips for more of like I was just thinking we could do close grip bench, like flat bench. I haven't done that in a long time. We might do that. But I'm doing it more for like a stretch in my shoulder. So I like that. We might throw dips in at the end. I'm not even concerned about doing like weighted dips. I actually kind of don't want to do weighted dips, because I feel like it'll actually kind of like, make me want to like muscle my way through it, and that's not what we're trying to do today. I really need to stretch the shit out of them shoulders, man. I knew that chick was trying to do that. She's trying to zoom out in front of me. Crazy people, man. Crazy people out in J-Town. And then overhead something. I definitely need to get the overhead versions of triceps in. It's been a little bit more time on the arms, you know. A little bit less elbow usage today if I can. I say that, I mean, that's exactly what the freaking chest and triceps are used for, but I just want to try and, like, you know, keep the joints nice and fresh and not just be like hammering down, because I got enough recovery right now. Hamstring's been good, you know. Actually, man, I wish I would have recorded the Wednesday like leg day was phenomenal. That was a great workout. I think that was another part that kind of led me to go ahead and, you know, doing the recovery day. Was mainly just like that. My legs are sore as fuck. Quads especially. What I ended up doing, I'm gonna have to do this next quad day too, because I did something kind of unique, but it worked super well. I did kind of like a split stance on the hack squat machine, and did almost like a sissy squat variation of a lunge on the hacks. I don't know. I'm gonna have to show you guys. But dude, I'm gonna continue doing those. Really good unilateral movement for the quads right there, besides leg extensions, which we hammer down all the freaking time. I think these helped hit the hip flexors a little bit higher up, so definitely needed that work. I feel those. I just wasn't recording that day, and that's the importance of having days where I don't record sometimes, man. Sometimes I gotta have that. Like, again, if I get too like boom 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 all the time, I get robotic, and I'm not like just testing stuff out, and I need to have that freedom, and sometimes the camera kind of restrains me from that. But anyways, I don't know, we're here, so let's go outside, get warmed up. My words are stumbling. Go inside, get warmed up, and get after it. There we go. All right, I've been doing a lot of these. I hope I'm in frame. I should be in frame. I've been doing a lot of these, a lot. We're doing Larson press. If you guys haven't seen that, I'm not going to do too much information on it because I just did a literal. We've done a lot of these because I've recorded content that's going to be posted probably today probably on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, all the work. So go look for the like breakdown there. But difference between a Larson press and a bench press: legs are in the air, no leg drive. So figured that would be a good switch up. But we've done so many. So many at 225, you know. I'm taking the hat off, by the way. 2 sets. We're just doing reps of 5. They're really not too bad. They just, I've done so many of them. I've done so many. We've been here for like 30 minutes on this. But after this, definitely 100%, I want to do tricep superset because we've missed out on those before. Or I've missed out on them. The one in particular we've done before. It's been like 3 weeks since we've done it. So I want to throw that in, and then fly cardio acceleration with push-ups. That's gonna suck. And then finish out with dips, no cardio acceleration, and then I have to hit obliques, but we won't record that part. I'm gonna finish this up because I'm ready to move on to the next thing.
Lost y'all for a second. All right. Finally done with those. They're good. It's just, I'm tired. I didn't get good sleep last night either. Like I said, we gotta get that shit under control this weekend. So that being said, I'd rather do high volume, lighter weight than like, you know, risk something stupid happen. We've already got 2 freaking injuries. We're still kind of coming back from. Hamstring's pretty good. I've been testing that out. It's getting pretty ready to start testing back out. And so sprints are going to be coming back into the mix just a little bit. Be careful about them, but see how they feel. But anyways, I'm done with these. Let's go get some triceps in. We're going to end up doing 5. So we got 10 regular just tricep extensions and basically acting like it's a reverse skull crusher. And then overhead tricep extension. Mainly kind of just focus on like working on my back and my stabilization in the shoulders more than anything, but also just to get an overhead tricep movement so we can fully, you know, get those activated, and then the 5 sets for the volume. So that way we can definitely say our chest and triceps been hit. That way after this, I can really just start going crazy with some like cardio acceleration, get the sweat really pumping. I probably won't record the dips. The dips are dips. You know, they're not weighted, they're nothing fun, they're not flashy. So you guys have seen me do dips. We probably are gonna record core because I plan on doing a variation of leg raises, but where I go across the body. So across the body leg raises. So I can get those obliques going, but also I just gotta keep hammering down on these lower abs, man. Like, it's definitely helping the anterior pelvic tilt. Because that's like, I'm starting to realize just how much it's affecting like just my gait and everything. But anyways, let's get these going. We're gonna do 2 more sets. Weesh. And this is the one that's gonna feel funky. I'm gonna look funky when I do it too. Oh yeah, man, I feel it like in my lower trap. Honestly, it's like the pullback into the tension. It feels good. Keep it the same. Again, the volume's just really what we're hitting. I'm not gonna try and go too crazy with this lack of sleep. All right, these, and then I'm thinking incline flies for chest today, because and when I mean incline, I mean it's almost gonna be like a shoulder exercise, but that's what I need, like that pull apart right there with my chest back. Probably not gonna use a lot of weight. We might just use like 20s or 30s. I mean, it's not gonna be crazy at all. But cardio acceleration that with push-ups. So you're going 3 sets, back and forth, back and forth. You guys have seen me do it. It's going to suck, and I'm gonna be very sweaty, and it's going to really put the icing on the cake. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get the dips out of the way, just so I can get them in. And then you guys will see me back again for some core. But that's the layout. That's what we got going on right now. That's a pretty damn good layout. But more than anything, dude, I'm telling you, I gotta get this fucking sleep going. I can tell it's affecting. You can really tell creatively it affects you, or just like mentally. But like a lot of people try and push past that. But like it is definitely like affecting a lot more than just that. Like stress levels. You're gonna get way more stressed. That's no fun. And when you're overly stressed, man, you overcomplicate shit. I mean, it's just you get in your own way, you know what I mean? So I gotta get a focus on it. Oh man, that squeeze, I swear that's almost like a back exercise. All right, we're done with those. What am I doing? flies. We're doing flies. Let me go get these in. All right, we're gonna go ahead and finish these up real quick. We're almost out of battery on the recording, so I'm gonna wrap these up. We're gonna make these very quick. 2 sets, 10 and 10, 10 flies, 10 push-ups, no break. Finish these up, and then I am gonna go ahead and, without recording anything, do the dips. And then I'm gonna try and pull y'all out for the core, because it's just an interesting exercise. I want to see what we can get done, because I don't even know if I can do very many of them. But we'll see what happens. But I'm going to take this off because this is obviously just going to get in the way, because I'm going to be going up and down. But let's get after it. I'm starting to get tired. All right, I gotta get these dips done. Get these dips done, and then see how this core looks. All right, surprise! Sorry. I went ahead and knocked out those abs without y'all. Because fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. We've just been here for 3 hours. Literally, it's 3 hours since we've been here, since we started the vlog. Legitimately, so we need to get the fuck on out of there. Dude, I'm telling you what. So there is going to be a slight change here upcoming next week. I can't remember if I've brought this up to you guys or not, but you know, obviously with us, you know, the hamstring getting better, we can get back into, you know, 2-a-day workouts again. And I'm changing it up. I'm just going to put the strength and conditioning together, because obviously, I mean, they're supposed to go together. That's what strength and conditioning is all about. And spend like an hour or two in the morning time. It's going to change like the time of day I go to the gym and stuff. And what have you. You know, it's going to change a few things around. So prepare for that. You know, it's just that it's again, I talk to you guys about this all the time, but like, you just gotta, you know, you gotta constantly be tweaking the schedule and stuff, and it's time for me to tweak it again. With me, I tweak it, honestly, with me, I tweak it at least like once a week. But usually it's like small tweaks, like, you know, like I think last week we went from waking up at like, you know, 7 a.m. to 6:30 a.m., you know, just so we'd have a little bit more time.
And so this is the kind of stuff we are going to continue to do. Well, no, not continue to do. We're going to do it to a whole nother level. That's a better way of saying that. A bigger switch, you know, and the bigger switch, by that I mean, like, typically when something like that happens, it's, when I say big switch, it's typically like the workout times are changing, and so it's just time to do that, you know. That way I can kind of like switch things up to the way I want them to be. So yeah, it's going to be a whole schedule change just so I can start trying to kind of work this in. I think something that also gets me is that, like, you know, I do my own yard work and stuff like that. I don't pay anyone to like mow my yard. In my yard, dude, it takes a few hours of work a week, honestly. It's a lot of property, or else it just gets out of hand, you know? And I can't keep up with it. I just, you know, unless I think that's a big part of like why I'll get kind of like weird with the scheduling and stuff. 'Cause like, I want to get that. I don't want my yard looking awful. You know, I work out here. But I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to hire somebody to do my yard. I mean, that's just probably a reality. I never thought I'd do that because I like doing that kind of stuff, like yard work. But it's just like, I don't have the time. I would be losing money doing it. Yeah, literally. Like, that's how it's starting to kind of average out. So, you know, I'm gonna have to delegate that work off, I think. Which, you know, my dad owns a lawn care company, for that matter. But he, you know, what's funny is he won't even take me in. He's just got too many people. But I know some other people too. So I'm gonna have to get after that. But that is literally what's on my mind right now. It's like, I'm gonna, like, with this schedule change, the only thing that's I'm not really accounting for is that. So that may get out of hand, but I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to squeeze it down on the weekends. I don't know. I do like doing it. It's a great way to get outside. All right, sorry about that. My camera went crazy. I don't know what happened. I watched the replay and see when it shut off and stuff. It shut off on its own. We have plenty of storage. I don't know what happened. It didn't overheat, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe we got a system update or something. So I'm going to check that out. Whatever the case may be, I should be seeing you guys on Sunday, so a few days from now. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out. Have a wonderful freaking weekend.